It's always a fun treasure hunt. Let's see. I am not getting my feed in here somehow. Let's go back and try this again. It is being very, very, very slow. Let's see what's going on here. So give me just a minute. Let's see if we can get this back up the way it's supposed to be. I do not know why this is not going. Internet access. Okay, so we have internet access. Let's see. It's just not loading. I don't know why it's not loading, but it is not loading.
Need Daniel?
I don't know if he can really help me. Says it's loading. Yeah, can you get him? Let's get the computer expert in here. Also known as my kid. Oh, there we go. That must. It's still circling on there, but I've got it on Facebook now. Over here, it's just circling. But I do see it live on Facebook now. It wasn't earlier.
Okay.
I'm just not sure why it's not
Go back over to it.
loading.
Just try backing out of it.
I did several times, and it's still doing the same thing.
Internet could just be...
There, now we got it. Okay. So you think it's internet? Okay.
Yeah, most likely. Mine's been...
There.
Mine was acting up a little bit too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got everybody online. Let me make sure everything's refreshed in the chats so that they'll be able to comment. How's your weather been today, Kim? Are you starting to get the cold air yet? We know we've got it coming. Hasn't started really cooling down yet. It's still 49 degrees, so it's not bad. This morning wasn't bad. I went out with a long sleeve shirt on and I didn't even need a jacket. That was enough. You have frozen. You're frozen. Okay. Perfect. Well, at least they say shivering burns calories, so, you know, we can at least get skinny. Hey, Becky. We do have Facebook up. It just took an extra minute. It wasn't working right. So if you want Facebook, it is up. Let's see, I got Ruth. Feels like 14. What is your actual temperature? It's -1 at Becky's house. Oh. That's a bad word. Minus. All those minuses, those are bad. Nobody wants to be minus anything. And if you notice, my my camera's a little bit crooked. It's not my head this time, I promise. 26 actual, okay. Yeah, we're still ahead of you, but you're getting the weather before we do, so it'll be here. We're supposed to get it like Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is when we're actually supposed to get the snow / rain / whatever happens to come down, freezing rain, whatever, and it's supposed to be super cold. So you guys just get it a few days ahead of us. All right, let's see. I think we've got everybody up and going. Feels like -18. Love that, Becky. Yeah. Ooh. Ouch. I think the coldest we ever got in Wyoming was with the wind chill. It was minus either 70 or 80 degrees one winter. We had like a week that was like that. And it warmed up to -50. But I also lived in a very windy part of Wyoming. So that is a thing. let's see. Just making sure everything is working. It looks like it is. No minus 18. I know, right? It's, when I heard the weather report, I said, it sounds like I'm going to be inside all week. That's what it sounds like to me. It's what kind of weather we're having. The kind where I'm inside all week. Because that's just ugly. Let's see. I need to put these over here because I gotta fix those. When is Wyoming not windy? Well, certain parts of it is more windy than others. We lived in Cody, and it is always super windy there. I mean, they call Chicago the windy city. Chicago had nothing on us. We woke up, I'm waiting for people to come in, so I'll just tell you this. We woke up one Easter Sunday morning, and I remember that, I don't know why, but it was Easter Sunday morning, and the mobile home next door to us was flipped over on its roof. So the wind had picked it up and put it back down on its roof. They didn't have the skirting or stuff around the bottom of it, so the wind just got up underneath it, picked it up, set it back down, upside down. So that was fun. We have all kinds of stories like that. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Everybody can come in as they are ready, and we'll take care of them then. Let's see. We have Pina Colada Paradise in yellow. So this is kind of a mustardy yellow. It's not a bright or a lemony yellow. I see that the crooked camera makes me look like I'm holding things crooked. I really am not, I promise. I'm holding them straight. The camera is crooked. Yes. Pieces of it hit the neighbor's roof and peeled that off too. Yeah, I forgot about the neighbor's roof. That was the Andersons across the street from them. I remember when they lost their roof. So it was a fun weekend. Hi, Violet. All right, this one has chunky yellow beads. So we've got some that are faceted and they are transparent. So crystal type beads. We've got some that are semi-transparent, so these look kind of frosted. And then these are the opaque ones. We've also got some that have the little milky swirls in them, or the little cloudy swirls as I like to call them. This is a 2-layer necklace. It has some silver accents. Hi Aunt Dora, hi Shannon. And then our earrings are the clear yellow beads. So again, this is a little bit of a mustardy yellow. Great fall color. I have clothes this color, so it doesn't matter to me. I'll wear it whenever. Our top layer is about 3/8 of an inch above that collar. Our second layer is just below the collar, so the collar is literally sitting right here above it. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to go down to mid-chest. So that will put that there. It's going to put your other layer probably right about here, really close to where that second layer is now. So we have Pina Colada Paradise. Everything tonight is one and done. So this is going to be number 10. We're starting with number 10 because I have determined that I have numbers 10 through 49. So we're gonna go with that today. Let me write down everybody else's names, because several of you came in at the same time. Make sure we give everybody credit for being here. So I know it's not a competition, but we're trying to see who has the lowest temperature. Let's see, with wind chill, Becky says she's at minus 18. I know Mom's not going to win for the coldest temperature. She usually wins for the hottest. But let's see who has the coldest temperature. And be sure and count your wind chill. You can tell us actual temperature and then also your wind chill. I know Marlowe's below 0 right now out in Wyoming or Montana. She sent me a thing this morning. She sends me one every morning with a weather report and pictures of the snow to make me jealous, which is not very nice. But that's why we're still friends. Next up, we have, let's see, let me find my longer jewelry bust because it's easier. You are at 9, Violet. That's with the wind chill? Yuck. At least you're still above 0. So you can see this is a longer necklace. It is going to hang down slightly below this bust. This is a frosted white bead. We also have the transparent white beads. These are all chunky beads. 67 high here, 29 last night. Don't brag. Nobody likes it when you brag.
Shimon,
That's just mean. Yes.
I'm moving to Tucson.
No, you're not. Oh, well, you can, but I'm not going. Max says he's moving to Tucson. It also has polished silver round beads. So these are all chunky beads. This would look great against a sweater. So we know we're in sweater weather right now, most of us that don't live in Tucson. So you may want something to wear with your sweaters. And of course, since it's white and clear, it's going to match basically everything. Plus, it's going to pick up the colors that are underneath it. You see how it did that on the black. This is against the white. Right now, it is sitting right about belly button level with the 2-inch extension. We're going to get probably close to low-rise jean waistband. This does have nice big links. It doesn't self-adjust, but you could still pull it up probably about that much without the lobster clasp showing around the side of your neck. You had service on Zoom, Violet. We probably will. You want this one, Becky? Okay. This is Royal Roller. This is in silver. It's going to Becky. It is going to be number 11.
Oops.
So I will put number 11 down for you, Becky. Let's see, did I miss anybody who just came in? It froze. That's because it's cold outside. Except not at your house, so I don't know why it's freezing at your house. You had Zoom meeting. We probably will later in the week. I don't know about meeting, but probably field service. We'll be on Zoom later this week. Just because...
They canceled out S&PW.
Yeah, all our SNPW's been canceled, so... It is pretty cold out there. It's canceled through Thursday, so... Yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, next up we have post earrings. These are called Brighten the Moment in white. You can see these are not a flat earring, so I'm holding them out so you can see that. Rows and rows of white rhinestones. So we start with a marquee shaped opening in the center, and then they went around and around. We have some round, it looks like they're all round ones in 3 different sizes, and they're fitted into the fitting. This reminds me of a snowflake, the outside of it. The post is at the top, so it is going to hang down like this. These are really, really pretty. So Brighten the Moment in white, these are going to be number 12 tonight. Your Zooming service till Thursday. That's probably what we're going to have, most likely. I don't think we'll do Zoom meeting because ours is not till Thursday night, and hopefully, we can hope, it is going to warm up by then. We shall see, but hopefully. That would be nice anyway, right? We prefer not to be freezing cold if we don't have to be. Hello, Marlo. We were just talking about you. We're holding a contest here. Who has the lowest temperature with wind chill? I did pull this one back a little bit because it is longer. And I was going to hang down below. Let's see if we can make it focus. Here we go. So we have like a basket weave. This is leather, gray leather inside here. And it looks woven like a basket. And then we have the silver tassel down below it. This is the length. So this is kind of a dark gray. Our circle here is sitting right, let's see, mid-abdomen is going to be right about here. So it's about half above, half below, and then our tassel, of course, is all below, going down to low-rise jean territory. That's probably going to be right about there. So this is going to go to the dropped waist with that extra, the extension. This one now does have that sliding chain, so this is going to self-adjust. Marla's at minus 15. You are 3 degrees off from Becky. She's still got you by 3 degrees. She's at minus 18. So this is Wondrously Woven. This is in silver. And it is number 13. 13. think everybody except Mom is going to be cold this week. We are supposed to get really cold. Like, for here, that's like 20s. So, 20s, and we may get down to the teens. Sorry, I have to adjust my shirt. It's trying to ride up on me. So yeah, 20s and teens is pretty dang cold for us. We usually do not get below 0, thankfully, which is kind of why I live here. I wonder all summer why I live here, and then in the winter I remember. Because everybody else is freezing and I'm not. It is still cold though. I can't believe Becky's actually colder than you, Marlo. That is an accomplishment. Alright, next up we have a necklace and a bracelet set. I have both. They are matching. So this is, let's see, Sailing the Seven Seas. I think this one's in blue, they said. Yep, blue. So we've actually got blue, green, and gray. If you can see those colors in there. Blue, green, and gray little beads, as well as some silver for accent. You can see that we have the extension with the lobster clasp on this one, so you're going to be able to make it fit your wrist, which is really nice. Marlo says they don't have much for wind, which is why probably she's a little bit warmer than you.
You don't need no wind for -3.
No. Tonight you're supposed to be -30 without the wind. Oh. Reminds you of Wyoming, right? We talked about that the other day, that winter, that it was super, super cold. And I think that's about where we started without the wind chill that year. And then it got really super cold. Hi, Jessica. Is Rosie there with you too? All right, this one is about 3/4 of an inch above the collar. Okay. Yeah, she can see it from Puerto Rico. I'm allowed to ship to Puerto Rico because it's a U.S. territory. So, Puerto Rico I can do. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit right here. So we have the necklace and the bracelet. These are all one and done tonight. This is going to be number 14. Number 14. Okay, so that's the request that just came in. Hang on and let me accept that request for her. I did just see a request come in. I didn't pay any attention to who it was. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to go to my regular page. Bear with me for just a second while I accept that so that Jessica's sister can see. There we go. Gotcha. We got her taken care of. Okay. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5 pieces. So, let's go ahead and ask our first question. So, all of our questions tonight are related to weather. I thought that was a good thing to do tonight since we're all having weather. Not nice weather either. This one has 4 answers. Let's do number 3. Name an activity that's easier to do when it's windy. Marla will know what I'm talking about here, and Mom. It's easier to pick up your clothes out of the neighbor's pasture when it is windy outside, because we had to do that all the time. They'd come out and it'd blow them right off the clothesline, even with clothespins, and we'd have to go pick them up out of Marlo's pasture. Fly a kite, number 1. Absolutely easier to do with wind. In fact, pretty impossible to do without it. We definitely could fly kites there. It may tear them up, but we could fly them. Drying clothes, yep, number 4. You can dry the clothes outside, and it makes them feel like they've been in the dryer. So here we don't really have any wind. When we put our clothes out there, they dry, they feel like cardboard. So I don't do that. I put them in my dryer. But out there you could do that and the wind would beat them up and they felt like they tumble dried. Two more things that are easier to do, activities easier to do when it is windy. And we're still looking for a winning answer, which is number 3. So we've got 1 and we've got 4. Got 2 that are in the middle. Hi, Juanita. Good to see you. Okay, activities that are easier to do when it is windy outside. Sailing, yes, number 3. Move pieces of plywood, absolutely. Surfing or windsurfing, yep, number 2. So you got all of them. Yeah, we have stories about the plywood too, right? Pick up the piece of plywood and if the wind catches it just right, it'll just rip it right out of your hands and blow it wherever it wants to. That probably ended up in the pasture too. I think everything did. They were across the street from us. So when the wind would blow, it usually came from behind us and would push it into their yard. So they were always finding our clothes in their pasture over there. Fun times. All right. Next up, we have, let me arrange these. Yep, oh, they laid right this time. The pack leader in red. Pack leader in red. So this is gold and red. This is a darker red, like I'm going to call it blood red. Everybody knows what it looks like when you prick your finger and that fresh blood comes out. That is the color of this red. So we have triangles or kind of a house, an upside down house. If you see that, I'm not the only one that sees it, right? Sometimes I imagine things, but I think this looks like an upside down house. This is the length. So about half above and half below that collar with the 2-inch extension. It is going to sit down to mid-chest. So it'll be right about here. So we have the pack leader in red. Everything is one and done tonight for those of you who are coming in. This is number 15. So only one available for everything. Which is not a lot of fun, but you know, we've gotta sell out that last one somehow. Usually we do really good selling the multiples and then we get down to the last one and it kind of gets ignored in here for a while. So we try to bring those out. Let me rub my forehead. Okay. This is a choker length. This is called Full Rain and it is in multi. I'm going to show it up here first. These are iridescent rhinestones. So several rows. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. 2 of them I believe are just white. It's really hard to tell from here. They might be silver. 2 are silver. 3 are the iridescent color. The earrings are strands of the iridescent rhinestones to go with that. I'm going to just brighten my phone up here just a little bit because it's looking a little bit dark to me. So I just want to make sure that it's not dark for you. Sometimes we need to reflect the light. So this one is a little bit longer than standard choker size because it is not up on that neck. It is just a little bit down here, kind of above the collarbones. This will have extra extension because it is a choker length. So that's going to give us 2 inches. That's going to sit down right about here. So that's where I usually wear mine because I don't like it up around my neck. But if you have a really high neckline, like see this one that I have on tonight, or if you had a V up here, this would fit in that high neckline. So this is Full Rain. It is in multi. That's what they call the iridescent. Let me show those stones. You can hear Allison yelling from Buffalo. I take it her team is doing well. Or is she yelling because they're not doing well? This is number 16 tonight. I'm not watching the game and Max doesn't have it on, so I don't know. I don't like football. Not anymore. It's not fun. Alright, this is... Yes, that's what I wear mine with, Mom. I have that to wear with my iridescent butterflies, because I've got several sets. Take a power stance in white. So these are white rhinestones. These are actually hinged in the center, so they're going to move a little bit. It's a post earring, and a post is right up here. They're at the goal line. Okay. Hopefully they do well. This is the length and the size. I just love these. They came in gold and in silver, and I have them both. I have them in my personal collection. You want the choker? Okay, that's 16. This one is going to be number 17. Take a power stance in white. All right, 16 for Mommy. There we go. You have to keep us updated, Becky, because I cannot hear her yelling from here. Oh, look at that. I almost kind of straightened my camera. Now I'm a little bit the other way. Oh, well. It's one of those days. It's always one or the other. All right, next up, we have Tectonic Treasure in gold. Turn around. This is gold and black. Looks like I need to fix that because I've got it twisted somehow. All right, so this is the black leather cord, and it's not supposed to lay like this. I have it twisted in there somehow. Hammered gold ring at the bottom with the cutout, and then our earrings are also those hammered gold rings, so you will not need to upgrade these earrings, which is good because it's probably not going to upgrade that well. It's hard to find things that are just the same with the hammering. Bear with me for just a second because I'm asking you to do that a lot tonight, but I am fixing that cord so that you can see the way it's supposed to be, not the way that I had it. Okay. Hi, Esley. This is the length. So that's mostly below the collar. We do have a little bit up here. It is going down to mid-chest already. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit right here above the bust. So all this is coming below the collar, going to sit down here to just above the bust. So again, black and gold, classic combination, coming back in style this year. So kind of happy to have that because I like the black and gold combination. This is Tectonic Treasure in gold, and it is number 18. Again, this is one and done night for everybody just coming in, so that you all know that there's only one of everything. So what's your weather like out there, Esley? Did the winds die down yet? So anybody that doesn't know, Esley's out there in California with all those wildfires. Wind's been whipping pretty good out there for the last week or so. And I saw that it had died down a little bit and then it was supposed to pick back up. So has that happened? Is it windy again? You'd love that in silver. I will see if it was available in silver. Let me write that down next to your name. And I'll see if I can find it anywhere in silver. I know not everybody likes gold. All right. Next up, we have a long necklace. I'm just going to hold this one up. It's just easier. This is Radical Refinery in red. These are dark red crystal type beads down the center. This is a curved plate. See how that's curved with linear texture. Almost looks like brush strokes down the center. Expected to pick up again later tonight. Okay. Somebody said 60 to 80 miles per hour. I saw 70, so that sounds about right. Yuck. I hope not too. And then we have a nice silver fringe coming off the bottom of here. Again, this is a long necklace, so you're going to be able to see this is the length. So our plate is up here in the upper abdomen, and then our tassel goes all the way down through about where your natural waistline is, maybe a little bit lower. And with the 2-inch extension, it's going to be down here in the lower belly area. I did see that it got close to Jane's house. You can fasten into these links. You see how big they are? So this does not move. It's not going to slide and self-adjust. So you've got a little bit of adjustment you can do. But you would be able to bring that up to probably just below the bust, this piece, without showing the lobster clasp around the side. So we have Radical Refinery in red, and it is number 20 tonight. Okay, Jane is a lot closer to the Eden Canyon fire line. I saw that they were able to go back home. I saw Jane's post that they were able to go back home, so that's good. I just hope they're going to be able to stay there. So if the wind picks back up again, they may have to leave again. I don't know. Here we go. 4 answers on this one. This one's not strictly weather related, but they put it in here with the weather stuff anyway. So, 4 answers. Let's go with number 2. Name a reason you might go home early from work. Your stretchy ring broke. Are those fixable? Yes. I do have more stretchy string. As long as you still have the little pieces of the band, I can fix that for you. So a reason you might go home early from work. You are sick. That is number 1. Everybody goes home when they're sick. Or hopefully stays home when they're sick. But you know, getting people to do that is hard. Let me fix my top. Sick or your child sick? Yeah, somebody's sick. Bad weather. Bad weather was not on there. I was surprised because it's in with the weather stuff. Too dark outside. Not too dark outside. Although one of these could be a bad weather. An emergency. Yes. An emergency was number 3. So that could include family, it could include weather, could include a lot of things. Too much traffic, bad weather, too dark outside. Kids are out of school. And why would they be out of school?
Why would you want to go to home?
Max says, why would you want to go home if the kids are out of school? Death? Not a death. Why would the kids be out of school? Or you're leaving for vacation. What do we call that? Gonna have one tomorrow. Does everybody know we're having that tomorrow? Kids are gonna be out of school. Things are gonna be closed. Why? Power or computer outage. That was not on there. A holiday. Yes, number 2. So if we have a holiday, you might go home early from work. Or you may stay home that day, depending. Snow day, religious event, more holidays. All right, the last one is actually something you do. Go home early from work. Hi, Rosie. Holiday, yep, we got holiday. That was number 2. It's a Friday, not a Friday. This is something, an action that you take. Why might you go home early from work? And sometimes it makes your wife a little bit nervous when you come home from work early like this. Yeah, you quit. Number 4. Or got fired. That's not on there, but quit is. We put you down, Rosie. I've got you on here. And if you missed any of it, the replay will be available. The Instagram replay messed up on Friday night, so it was not available, but it is on Facebook. So if you need that replay, go on Facebook and look at it there. Tonight, they should both be on there. I finally figured out what happened, and it's that my phone switched into battery saver mode. And for some reason, when it does that switch, it kicks me out of Instagram. And then it tries to pick it back up, but it doesn't. It's not able to do it. So, who knows? funky little things that social media does, but at least I figured out what it was. So now my phone is charged more tonight. Our next piece, this is called Fruity Flair. And this is in multi, obviously, because we have multi-colors as well as multi-fruits. So little fruits, we have, let's see, it's an orange slice, a kiwi, a watermelon, a pineapple, and a, what do they call those? Cluster of grapes. Cluster of grapes. There we go. You can see those up close. In the standard colors, so we've got purple grapes, yellow pineapple, red and green watermelon, a green and black kiwi, and, well, the orange is mostly orange. It does have a little red and yellow in there too. This one's cute. I like this for summertime. But you can brighten up your winter with it too. This is the length, so just a little bit of that watermelon tip is hanging over the collar. Most of it's above the collar. With the 2-inch extension, that is going to hang down to here, which is not quite mid-chest. So this is Fruity Flair, and it is in multi. This one is number 21. See, so far I have all the numbers. Isn't that impressive? Actually, it's not impressive because I had to pick between 10 and 49 so that I had all the numbers. High Nobility in pink. These are silver hoops, about the size of a nickel. They have a pink rhinestone heart on the front of these. Holding them like that so you can see them a little bit better. Pink rhinestone heart. This is the length and size. So a smaller hoop. We have High Nobility in pink, number 22. Let's see, anybody here who should be cold? Nobody's cold. Okay, so far the lowest temperature we've got is -18. So if you have anything lower than -18, let us know. So far Becky's holding the record for today. Alright, our next one. My granddaughters loved this one. Happy Looks Good on You. This is in blue. You can see it's obviously not all blue. It's blue and pink with little yellow smiley faces. And then we have a yellow, kind of a large link chain underneath that. You see my little smiley faces? Aren't they cute? And then the earrings are little stacks of those pink and blue beads. It's a tiny stack. This, my neck doesn't want to move, is the length. It's stiff today. So, hanging down just a little bit below the collarbones. Collarbone's probably going to sit about here on her. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to that collar, just right at that collar. So this is Happy Looks Good on You. This is in blue. And look, we even have an upside down smiley face. That's how I feel. Upside down. This one is number 23. You gotta have some cute stuff too, right, Becky? Not just pretty, we gotta have cute too. Number 24. Hold this one up because this is long. This is Botanical Beaches in gold. This is let's call it a crinkled sand dollar in gold with a gold tassel. You can see the cutout in the center. Kind of actually looks like a flower, but it looks like a sand dollar to me. This is the length. So mid-abdomen is right about here. Tassel hanging down from that to about waist length. 22 and 23. Okay. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to hang down here in the lower belly area. But this one does have the sliding chain, and it has large enough links, so if you wanted to shorten it, you see how that moves? You could shorten by fastening into one of these links, and then just letting the the pendant self-adjust. So this is Botanical Beaches in gold. This is number 24. Let's see, 22 and 23 for Rosie. I'm gonna write that down before I forget. Not that I would ever forget anything, but if I did, it would probably be something important. Let's see, we are at 24. Okay. Next up, we have a pair of post earrings. The post is in the top. So up in here, these are not quite rectangular. You can see they have square facets in them. They are clear, transparent, so they're called white. They're set in silver. This is incredibly iconic. This is the length. So we have incredibly iconic in white, number 25. All right, let's have another question. Let's do this one. 5 answers. And let's do number 5. Name a type of weather. Type of weather. So something, you know, maybe the weatherman says when you go on TV and you watch the forecast. What type of weather are we having? What do you think? You pretty much just look at everybody's weather and call it from there. Sunny. Sunny was number 1. I guess because that's the most popular. Blizzard. They do not have blizzard on there, but that is good. They do have something slightly less dramatic. Cloudy, number 2. Rainy, number 4. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms were not on there. Hurricane, also not on there. They're not being dramatic today. These are just run-of-the-mill. Fair, not fair. Fair wasn't on there. Type of weather. Windy. Windy was number 3. Still haven't gotten number 5. It's less dramatic version of a blizzard. What would you say that it is outside? We got rain. Humid, definitely humid, but that's not the number 5. Overcast, not overcast. Hot, well, not hot. Gonna be less dramatic than a blizzard. What do we call that? Blustery, not blustery. Snowy. Snowy was number 5. Hi, Julie. This organizer that I have the necklaces hanging on, I am not sure where that came from. I believe you can order these panels on Amazon. This one's about probably 18 by 24 inches, somewhere in that area. So if you want one like that, I'm pretty sure that they have it. And then you just use these little hooks on it. They fasten into all the little holes. So hopefully that helps you. This is Twitter-pated Twinkle. Twitter-pated Twinkle. So we have a little silver heart with white rhinestones all over it. So this is a tiny one. You can see next to my fingernail. See, it's not much bigger than my fingernail. Definitely not quite as big as my thumbnail. So this is a smaller one. It's also shorter. It's on a very dainty chain. So let me hold it up like this, so that you can see it a little bit better. Because against that white, it really doesn't show up too much. So let's see. This one does have some extra extension. So they're anticipating that this will be choker length on most people. They always add extra when they anticipate that. So you can see it's sitting right about here. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. We're so glad to have you. Hopefully everything's going well. Are you going to have to evacuate again? We were just talking about that, the wind picking up again. We didn't know if you were going to end up having to evacuate again or not. With the 2-inch extension, or the 4-inch extension, sorry. With the 4-inch extension, it is going to sit down to here. So it's still going to be a short length, but it's going to be much longer than it is now. So we have Twitter Pated Twinkle, and this is in white, because it's white rhinestones. This is number 26. I think Jane might have been in and out pretty quickly. Although sometimes it doesn't tell me. It'll look like somebody dropped off of there, but they don't really. So, who knows? Oh, we're at 26. Okay. Next up, we have this in 2 colors. So let me just hold this up. This is also going to be that short length, like a choker. So these are little barrel beads or cylinder beads. We have a bright yellow and a royal blue. They have little silver beads in between them, kind of like a beaded chain. And you can see the ones on the beads on the blue one are a little bit longer than the ones on the yellow. You want 21 also? 21 was the fruits. Yep. Okay, gotcha. So let me put the yellow one on the mannequin because it's going to be a little bit easier for you to see. This is not quite a typical choker. It's a little bit longer. Let me hold that up because the tag is going to drag it down. With the extra extension, it is going to sit down to about here. So we have one in blue. We have one in yellow. This is called Urban Expo. So one blue, one yellow. This is going to be, if I can get the card out, number 27. And make sure you tell me which color that you want. Or both. If you had a blue and yellow team, you could wear them together. And then you'd have team colors. But I know that Allison's team is not blue and yellow. Next up, we have a long necklace. This is pink moonstone. We have a pink moonstone heart. You can kind of see how the size of that is in my hand. I'm trying to think, which one was bigger, the silver dollar or the $half dollar? I think it's a $half dollar. So it's about that size in a pale pink. This is the length. So it is going to sit down here just below mid-abdomen. So it is a longer one with the 2-inch extension, going to be down here around the waistline. This does have that nice sliding chain though. So if you wanted to shorten this up, like maybe here, you could fasten into that chain. And then just drop the rest of the chain down your back, and later you'll be able to use it as a long necklace if you want to. So this one is Warm Hearted Glow. It is in pink. $half dollar is bigger. I thought it was. I don't know why they did that. It seems like the dollar should be bigger. This is number 28. Warm Hearted Glow in pink. I think they do it just to confuse us. I'm pretty sure. Number 29. Pampered Glow Up in pink. These are also pink moonstone. So these are teardrops. They're slightly offset in a silver teardrop frame. This is a post earring. Our post is up at the top of that little silver bar. So this is the length and size. See, they're not huge. So we have Pampered Glow Up in pink, number 29. And number 30 takes us to our next question. This is Fifth Avenue A-Lister. This is in silver. So we actually have 2 versions of silver. We have the darker silver and the lighter silver. These are silvery pearls. So a very light silver and kind of medium silver. A little bit asymmetric. The earrings are the darker silver. This is the length of this necklace. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit down here at the collar. I guess we should also mention this one little silver polished bead that joins the two sides together. So this is Fifth Avenue A-lister in silver. This one is number 30. All right. Let's see. Okay. Nothing super important. 5 answers on this one. I'm gonna test out this theory tomorrow, and we tested out some today, actually. Move that. 5 answers on this one. I'm not sure you're gonna get number 3, so we're not gonna go for number 3. Let's do number 4. What is one thing you can't leave the house without on a rainy day? One thing that you can't leave the house without on a rainy day. Umbrella was number 4. Can you believe it was so far down the list? This should be number 1. A jacket. Yes. Or a raincoat, number 1. Some kind of protection. Raincoat, umbrella, rain boots. Rain boots was number 2. Hat, not a hat. Surprisingly. You'd think they'd want a rain hat, right? But I guess most raincoats have hoods, or jackets, usually do. Galoshes, those were not on there because they are waterproof boots, which are rain boots. No hats. No hats. No more footwear. What if you get really, really wet? What is something you might want to have with you if you get really wet? Because, you know, when you get wet, you're cold. Gloves, not a towel, although I have had to towel dry my hair when I came in from the rain. Extra clothes, yes ma'am, number 3. Extra clothes. I didn't think anybody would get that one without a hint. One more thing. To keep things safe. To keep them dry. Yeah. You love it when you go out and you get poured on and you come in and your hair is dripping. You have to get a towel and I've had to use like napkins in the car if I get caught out in it. So that's always fun. Napkins don't dry your hair all that well. Just in case anyone was wondering. But it's better than dripping. One more thing that protects things while you're outside. Yes ma'am, a plastic bag. Some kind of waterproof bag. That was number 5. Okay, see? We got all those. We did good. It's a good day. All right, our next piece of jewelry is Serenity Strand. This is in silver. Let me put this against the white, actually. Might be easier to see. This is, what do they call this? A beaded chain. It also has oblong pieces in it. I don't know if you can see that. Little oblong, like cylinder type pieces, and then the little silver beads as well. So this makes a nice layering piece, or if you want something very simple, it would be a great casual piece because it's not blingy. This is the length. So it is sitting, let me hold the tag because the tag's going to pull it down, sitting about 1 inch above that collar. So with the 2-inch extension, it's going to sit right here, just below. And then our earrings are little lengths of that chain as well. So they match. So this is Serenity Strand. It is in silver. Maybe you can see it better against my hand, actually. There you go. This one is number 31. Now Number 32. This is Run the Show. This is in blue. This is a super pale blue. You can see it just barely has a blue tint on those pearly beads. And then we have silver circles or rings hanging below them. Isn't that a pretty configuration? I love the circles. I have several necklaces that are circles in my collection. This is the length. So sitting right there at the collar and below, with the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to mid-chest. So it'll be right about here. So we have Run the Show in blue. This one is number 32. Let's see, number 33. 33. Breakout in Tears in blue. So these are very, very dark blue. They're actually past navy. They're like a midnight blue. So we have 3 layers. They have the blue rhinestones on them. These are a little bit bigger earrings. This is the length and size. So we have Breakout in Tears in blue, number 33. Number, trying to get to this one, 34. Got one in green. And this one, it's hard to tell where the green is, but it is olive green under here. This is called Venice Vacation in green. And there's actually green underneath this silver. So like the background of that silver, behind that silver is a dark olive green. So we have kind of a flower and star pattern, little white rhinestone there in the center. This is a very dark green. If you wanted to wear it with another color, I don't know that the green is going to show up that much. So you could technically wear this with any color. Unless you're in the direct sunlight, probably nobody's going to be able to tell that's green. It's just dark. So this is the length. It is at or just below mid-chest. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit right here above the bust. So a few of our colors are so dark sometimes that you can't really tell unless you're close or unless the light really hits it. And this is one of those times. This is Venice Vacation in olive green. This one is number 34. Number 35. 35. This is, get it right, Stylishly Squared. Oop, let me stop the alarm. Boop. All right. This is Green Moonstone. This is a square set on point, which means basically it's standing up on its point. And then we have a little silver square and a square with white rhinestones on it. I don't know if you can see the rhinestones on that top one, but there is little rhinestones all around that square. So this again is a smaller one. That's very close to like an emerald green. This is the length. Let's see if I can get my finger out from underneath it. So sitting right there at the collar with the 2-inch extension, it's going to sit right above mid-chest. So not quite making it all the way there, but it's close. This one is Stylishly Square. It is in green. And this one is number 35. All right, let's do one more question. We'll do 5 more pieces, and we will be done for the night. Let's see. Let's try this one. This is 5 answers. Let's go with number 3. This is my granddaughter's favorite thing to do. Name something you do when it's sunny. Something that you do when it is sunny. Swim. Swimming is number 4. Go to the park. Yep, that's their favorite. That's number 3. Take a walk. Walk was number 2. A picnic. Picnic wasn't on there, but that's a great idea. Go to the beach. Number 5. Sunbathe. Number 1. You guys got all of those. And really, really quickly. I think that was a record. Everybody knows what to do when it's sunny. Every last one of them. All right. Next up, this is our last 5. Treasure me always. This is in a basil green. It is, I'm going to call this egg-shaped. This is an egg-shaped basil green bead. It has little white rhinestones all the way around the outside in that frame. There we go. And the basil green is kind of a light green. Somewhere in the neighborhood of sage. In fact, we were just discussing sage yesterday because, so my daughter's having her wedding in May, and one of her colors for her wedding is sage. So we go to some of the wedding dress shops, and we were looking up online, and they have eucalyptus, sage, and olive. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with sage, but olive's pretty easy. It's about the color of the green olives. It's a lighter olive. Eucalyptus. Everybody knows it kind of has a blue tinge to it. Not in the store, it doesn't. It's that basil green. And the sage actually has the little bit of blue in it, which is true of regular sage. So if you see sagebrush, it's going to have like a blue tinge. But I have a problem with their color classification. So this one's about a 1/4 inch above the collar. My daughter loves me. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit right here, which is above mid-chest. She hates shopping with me. This is Treasure Me Always in green. And this one is number 36. So obviously the greens are triggering me today. I mean, it's a thing, right? It's a thing. Let's see. Next up, I have Longhorn Leader. This is in blue. So we've got the turquoise colored crackle stone pebbles, and then we have a hammered plate with a little steer's head on it. Sage has a gray cast to me. Yes, you could call it gray. It does have a little bit of like a grayish blue color to it. It's not a green. But apparently, in the store, eucalyptus does not have that same thing. This is the length, so it is sitting at the collar. It would be just barely over the collar if I could get it to lay right. With the 2-inch extension, it's going to sit down to here. So it'll be just a little bit below that, below the collar. This is Longhorn Leader. in blue. It's number 37. I actually don't think the people who named those colors have ever seen sage or eucalyptus. Just saying. And this is why my daughter doesn't like me. All right. I'm going to hold this one up because it is several layers here. So 3 layers. This is called Be Fancy. And it is in white. So we have pearly beads. So our top one is a single pearly bead. Our second one, this is white pearly beads on a teardrop with rhinestone accents, white rhinestone accents. And then our third layer is the tassel, silver tassel. I do also have matching earrings for this, and they look just like this. I didn't have time to get them out, but they look just like that teardrop, and they're on a fishhook back. So this is the length of your 3 layers. First one, right there above the collar. Second one, right here at the bust. So kind of sitting in the middle of it. Tassel just below mid-abdomen, hanging down to belly button area. With a 2-inch extension, our first one is going to be right here. Second one right here, which is going to pull it all the way under the bust. Third one right here. So that's like low waistband, low riding jeans territory. Maybe a little bit below that. So this one is called Be Fancy. It is in white. And I have to hold it up like that so you can see all 3 layers. It is number 38. They just like to see if I can do it. I need Max with his long arms. Hold it way up here. I can't do that. Number 39. Can you tell that I had the greens out? This one is Extra Eloquent, and it is in green. I call this key lime pie green because that's what it looks like to me. So we have key lime pie green beads. We have a couple silver circles here and frames, and then we have white rhinestones in these other circles. So you get a little bit of a sparkly accent. This is the length. So most of it's sitting above the collar. Just this last row of little circles is below the collar. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit down to about here, which is going to pull all this underneath the collar. It is a bar necklace, so none of this is going anywhere. It's all sitting on a solid bar. So this is Extra Eloquent in green. And I would keep this one if I had something to match it to. I don't have any clothes this color. This is number 39. Couldn't get it apart. 39. And last but not least, we have Textured Trailblazer in orange. Textured Trailblazer in orange. So we have white marbling in a light orange stone. And then we have pretty silver frames. These frames have like a little scallop around that stone. And then these kind of have a little, I don't know if you can see that, the star in the center with scallops around the outside. It's really hard to see. Maybe it'll show up when I put it against my hand. This is the length. And that's why I do them against the bust and against my hand, because it's easier to see everything. This is the length. So we have collarbones right about here. So it's going to sit right in that hollow below your collarbones. With the 2-inch extension, it's going to sit down to about here. So most of it is still going to be above the collar. Just a little bit of it is going to dip down to below this collar. So this is a short length necklace. Let's see if I can get you a better picture. There we go. Of those little pendants and the designs. Alright, this is Textured Trailblazer. This is our last piece, number 40. Alright, so we had plenty of people on tonight. We are going to do a drawing for a free piece. So let me get my wheel up and give me a second to get those names put in. Invoices will go out tomorrow evening, as soon as I get a chance to breathe after service. And with the way the weather's going to be, that may be sooner than later. So if I get home sooner, we'll do it sooner. So invoices will go out tomorrow. Make sure you check your email inboxes, because sometimes they get lost. If you don't get one and you expected to, please let me know, and I will resend it, or I will let you know why you didn't get one. If you only have one piece, I normally keep that until the next week so that you only have to pay shipping one time for multiple pieces. Hate to send it by myself if I don't have to. Let's see, because I know it costs money. Alright, got everybody's names in. Make sure. Yep. And Rosie. Rosie, you are getting a free piece tonight. So it'll be one of the things you've already chosen, unless you want to choose another thing. So you can tell little Rosie that she did you a favor by continually picking jewelry, because she helped you get a free piece. So that'll be reflected on your invoice. It still lists all the pieces. One of them will just say $0 next to it, so that you are not getting a charge for that. So those are for inventory purposes, the invoices. So even if you get free pieces, they are still on there. They're just at a $0 charge. All right, number 40 to Mom. Okay, if you would like to go back and watch the replay, you can do that. Feel free to still claim as long as it's still available. We only had one of everything tonight, so if it has been claimed, then it is gone. If it has not been claimed, then I will put it in your pouch, and I'll let you know either way. Have new pieces coming in this week, so hopefully they come in on time. That'll be great. We'll get to see some new things. So you guys have a great week. Hopefully everybody stay safe, stay warm, stay inside,